Hello, good morning. I'm gonna do a little Bible study and coffee. This is my second shot of espresso. So it's really getting the day started. Cheers. What are you doing? You eating a plant? Yeah. Okay. Hey, no. I think a lot of times our walk with God is a lot like the Garden of Gethsemane. I think that's how you say it. We started off with really high excitement for the Lord and high expectations of ourselves. And we almost boast in ourselves when we say things like, oh God, like I'll never stray from you, because what could be better than being with you? What could be better than your presence? And the answer is nothing. But oftentimes we test the limits. We test like, how far can we go? How far can we stray? And I think about Peter and how, I'm a lot like Peter, how he says, even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you. All the disciples said the same thing as well. And Jesus was like, no, like you're going to deny me. You're not even going to deny me once, but you're going to deny me 3 times. Okay, which, yikes. And, if Jesus says it, it's definitely true. But then he goes on and Jesus says in the garden, my soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch with me. He's saying like, just pray with me, just pray. And they fell asleep. And he came to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, notice how he said it to Peter. Peter was the first one that he found, the first one that he called and said, yes, like I want you to follow me. I want you to be an apostle. And Peter was the most hyped one. Like he was like, oh God, like no, like I'll never deny you. And I think Peter was even the one who cut off the guard's ear. He struck this slave of the high priest. I'm pretty sure that was him. I don't know. It probably was. So he said, Jesus said to Peter, so you men could not keep watch with me for 1 hour? How embarrassing, right? Keep watching and praying so that you do not come into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And it kind of goes back to, in my brain, when the disciples said, like, hey, how come we couldn't get rid of these demons? And it was because they had to be taken out with prayer. So if we break the flesh, we will live in the spirit. Now, I don't know how possible that is to have it 100% of the time. I think the only time we'll ever really experience that is in heaven, when we're all angels and we're all singing glory to God in the highest. But it's comforting to me to know that even the disciples struggled with prayer. Even the disciples had moments of weakness, moments of straying, and they were as close to Jesus as they could possibly be, and yet they still struggled. So that encourages me. I hope it encourages you. And lean into Jesus, lean into the Spirit, because that's the only way we can get through. That's the only way that we can get closer to Jesus. And that's the only way that we can do what He's called us to do.